Hey everyone, it's Paul. Hope you guys have a had a good Christmas, and just want to do a movie review of the Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Just got home watching it, and just want to say something about the movie. Um, just this. Hey, um, my overall thoughts were the trailer. The trailer that came out. I don't know when, but the trailer was really good. Um, now that I watched the movie, I thought it was good and but good and decent. So it was decent at in some parts of the movie and good at some parts of the movie too. So um, there were some jokes, kind of some small little bit of humor and stuff. Um, I'm glad. I'm glad that I got to see um, Yoda is in there. Yoda, some Yoda is in there, which glad they put in the movie. And all the same characters that you saw from the Force Awakens, and they added some new character like um, Rose, um, the lady with the purple hair. And I don't know her name. I don't know the name of her character, but let's see. Captain Plasma is new, and I think that's the only. I think yeah, that's the only new character that I know from the movie that I remember. But I would say it starts from the movies begins with a space battle. Well, kind of it was like a small space battle. I think small space battle that in my mind. Poe Poe was in charge of destroying the the fleet of the First Order one, and he he kind of ignored Princess Leia's orders, and he then went in, but they successfully destroyed the fleet, but he he got in trouble afterwards talking to Princess Leia. Um, then it goes from there. Then Ray Ray goes to the island where Luke Skywalker was from Episode 7 because the rebel needed help, and they wanted Luke Skywalker to help him. Then he said, "No, I can't help you guys." And and then later, Luke um went to the Millennium Falcon later in the movie. I'm just breaking out bits that I know about the movie. It was a Millennium Falcon at night. Saw R2D2, and R2D2 shows a clip of young Princess Leia from previous even before Episode 7, like 6. I don't know what episode it was. I think it was like I'm not sure. It was like episode 3 or 4, and it's like, and he played the clip that says, um, when when Princess Leia was talking to Obi-Wan in the previous movie way back way way back when, and then that's when he was like, okay, I'm gonna train Rey to be a good Jedi, and and he was like, tomorrow we're gonna start at dawn, and we're gonna start with the first lesson. First lesson you'll see in the movie. I'm not gonna talk talk spoil it, but first lesson was uh, uh, sit on a rock and trying to feel inside yourself. That's what Luke wanted her to do. And the second lesson was with training with the lightsaber and see if she was can handle the lightsaber. We saw her handling the lightsaber uh, in episode 7, and I think she improved from episode 7 to episode 8 with the lightsaber. Now she has more control of her powers in the lightsaber, and then and then she started seeing the dark side a little bit more than when she was during her training. Because Snoke was doing something with Kylo Ren and Rey during their connection thing. Um, then probably a small scene where Rey and Kylo Ren were together. They were kind of playing good guys, good guys, and that's probably the first. That's the only scene where we see Kylo Ren kind of being a good guy, but because he wants he he wants to stop Snoke from doing destruction and bad things. So they they the stormtrooper took Rey in, and Kylo Ren pretended to be, pretend helping Snoke Snoke to get pretends helping Snoke because Rey was in handcuff, and then Snoke tried we think he knows everything about Kylo Ren and Rey, but he doesn't. Then this battle, they start battling with the don't know what the red soldiers are, but red bodyguards that Snoke has. But they start battling, and then after that, Kylo Ren put his hand out and tell Rey to join him, and she's starting to cry because she knows that um that that he's going to destroy everything that he can. And Rey's pause, she hesitated, and she was like, she didn't say no, but she just paused, and then that's it. And then we saw Flynn in a pod because recovery from the battle against Kylo Ren in episode 7. Then he tried to escape the the resistance like the headship, and then he met Rose, and then like I don't know, Rose was probably one to ignore one of the probably the it like kind of Rose should I don't think Rose should be in the movie. I mean I mean she had some parts that I mean probably fit her, but Rose in the movie was not good at all. And like, cause she act weird like when she met Flynn and then like I don't know they start falling in love or something love for a little bit and like I don't know and then those two went to another planet to find the uh, the the broker because Poe told him to go find the broker so they can um, get some light get some light speed so the first order doesn't um, follow them but they because by then first order was already there and they're starting shooting the ships shooting the transportation ships and to buy and and Princess Leia. I don't know, it was Princess Leia or the purple hair lady that shot Poe. Well, technically, they kind of shot Poe, trying to try to unconscious him, so he like fainting, make him go to sleep, and to put him in the transportation, and the lady with the purple hair stayed back to hold the ship with the big ship that they used to like the head of the head ship for the rebellion and then like she started facing the first order ship and like started doing light speed full speed ahead and start like destroying their ships and stuff and then Finn and Rose got caught, and BB-8 too. BB-8 was there with them too, and they got caught. They were sent to a prison, and they found this guy who knows who knows how to. He wanted to help them, and because he know how to get the get the broker get the brokers where they're trying to find. I'm sorry that I'm not explaining it really well because it's really hard to explain to process the whole thing because um, there was a lot going on and anyway the guy helped Flynn and Rose to break out of the prison and then they got these animals in the in the like barn or whatever downstairs and like they tried to escape but they didn't try to escape and get back to their ship their fleet. Well, should I say ship like rocket ship? I don't know, rocket ship or spaceship. And they the, those people they burned their spaceship down, and now they have nowhere to escape. And then the guy in BB-8 found a bigger ship, so they can get them on to escape the chaos. And now the rebellion, or they went to another planet that had a good connection to get help from anywhere, and it was like the planet was like has salt all over. Then it was like when when they step on it, it was like red sand under the salt. So the salt is right here, and the red sand was right here. And you stomp on it or move your feet, you'll see red sand. And then they had like these crystal creatures, crystal dogs or whatever. I don't know, dogs or whatever. And they use that. There's a base there, and they use that base, and they to get away from the First Order. But they found them again, and then they try, and they had the First Order had these tall, tall machine. You've seen it. It's been those tall machine that you saw. They've been there since probably the first episode of Star Wars, all the way through since then. And they had like this big canyon that can like blow up the where they were staying for temporary, and and they and then they brought out like Poe, Finn, Rose, and all the patrols to shoot them down to buy time, because they're gonna bring something big, and then Millennium Falcon just like came in and just shot the First Order spaceship or whatever, the fighters, and like the tall things too, whatever they call. And in the Millennium Falcon, there was Chewie, the Porg, Ray, and can't think of anybody else, but I think there was one more in there. But they just came in and just shot everything down. They didn't shot they shot the canyon down. Then later in that scene, Luke Skywalker come into the base, and he sees, and Princess Leia sees his brother, Luke Skywalker, and then they talk, and like it's been a while since they met, and like then when Luke Skywalker talked, she was like, I know what you're doing, what you're gonna say. And then when they hold hands, he drops a cube of like small cube that they probably have since their lifetime. And then Luke Skywalker comes out onto the field, and then the Force Orders just start shooting laser at him, and then keeps shooting like crazy, and then everything, and the First Order thought, and Kylo Ren thought that he's already dead. Then he's still standing. Why? How is he standing when we shot him? We shot him tons of guns and stuff. And then Kylo Ren just punches us, like he just push him aside, push his assistant aside. He was like, let me go down there and face Luke myself. And then they start, and well, it's not technically Luke because he's not technically Luke because he's not there, actually there. But they start fighting, and then Kylo Ren stabs him. Then he's like, he pulls his lightsaber back. And he's like, he's you're he's he was like, how can you be still alive? And because I stabbed him, and he sliced his body, and he still is there. Then he's like, then uh, Luke Skywalker's like, I'm not gonna be the last Jedi, and he's and Luke Skywalker forgive Kylo Ren about what happened, and then and and back to what I said, he was like, I'm not the last Jedi. There'll be because Rey is the next, basically the next Jedi, and then it's like then they show Luke Skywalker meditating on a rock at his island. So basically, he used a virtual of him to face Kylo Ren at the at the bat for at the battle, and it was like, this is not we'll see you again, or this is not the last time you'll see me. See you, and he was like, see you along, pal. Then they show, then everybody escaped. Everybody are in the Millennium Falcon. Then Rey and Princess Leia felt that Luke Skywalker is basically gone because he used most of his power to to stall Kylo Ren in First Order from fighting Kylo Ren, and then he basically like he fell back and just vanished. And that was a weird death, kind of weird death, definitely, because how can you use so much power to and then you fell back, and you like come back up, and now you vanish from the world. You're gone. I wouldn't say he's probably gone, because I'm not sure if he's because basically anything is possible in a movie. So he can come back, or they probably don't want to come back, and basically that's how it ended. Now they're basically trying to find new homes. They're trying to find a home to stay, because they've been traveling like crazy to find a home base for the rebellion. And let me add to the part where when Rey was at the island with Luke Skywalker. There was a part where she falls down into like this a dark hole, and like she was trying to find a place, trying to find basically there was a mirror she was facing. She was like, she touched her hands on it, and then like the rays the Ray was like, there's other virtual Ray doing the same thing. And then she was like, show me my parents. And like this dark figure comes towards her, and I think it was Kylo or something like that. And then Ray started getting mad at Luke, because she was like, did you turn Kylo Ren to wherever he is now? And she got her lightsaber ready to go. Like, it was on, and she was about to probably like try and kill him. And Luke Skywalker said, no, I didn't want didn't do it because he thought he knew that there was something going. He knew that Snow did something to him, and he felt it, and he was ready to Luke Skywalker was ready to stop it. And then he paused. Then Kylo Ren wakes up. He gets his lightsaber and he started. They're about to start a fight. And then they just stop because basically Snoke controlled. They say that Snoke was the darkest villain out of any Star Wars film. I remember Dark Sidious. He was like he 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 like um he he I remember that. I think Dark City was in the third movie. Pretty sure it was third or fourth movie. I think it was the third movie. But he was he like he was in a battle. He fell down and he lost. Almost lost his power. Then he comes up. He was like he just like did this to he just did this, and the guy that Samuel Jackson played, he just killed that guy. Samuel Jackson died just of this motion, and like electricity came out of his fingers, and that's crazy. And then he controlled. Then he was the Dark Sidious was the boss of Vader, and then Dark Sidious controlled one of the Jedi's back then, and one of the guys that Obi-Wan had. I think that Obi-Wan was working with, and he turned him, and Obi-Wan tried to stop him from try to stop his son. I think it's his son or his whatever kid trainer from being evil to go back to good. But he can't because Dark Sidious just started controlling him like crazy. And yeah, I would give this a my grade would be like a solid C or C plus like C from 70 72 average to 75 average. The C plus because there's some things like the plot was kind of was all over the place. Like if they can figure out the plot, because I think they could put something, they could add something more and add something in there and took some of the things that we didn't need out of the movie. But I would say it was a pretty good. I would say it was a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie is like a C plus. C plus. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I would get I would say a C plus movie. I guess C plus movie. Is that good? Good average. I mean, I thought it was. I mean, people like came out of the movie theater. There's this guy walks by and he was like, it was an okay movie. I mean, I get it. Nobody should like everything that everybody likes. I mean, I don't think he's even a Star Wars fan, or if he is a Star Wars fan, then that's pretty rough. But Disney can deal with these uh, critics that didn't like the Star Wars movie or did like the Star Wars movie, because they know what the Disney company, they know what they're doing. Um, they're going. There's a. I read this article. They're making a Han Solo movie, but something during the process of it recently. There was an article recently in the process of process during the process. They can't find something in, to something to make the movie interesting yet. I think it's coming out 2019 or something like that. So they have a long way 2019. I'm guessing they have a long way from now since until the release. If it was 2018 or next winter, then even still, there's a long way to make changes and stuff. So they can take. There's no rush of making changes, adding something in, taking something out that you don't like, and keep doing that until you find that balance. Okay, this is what the movie should be like from the start of the movie, from the beginning to the end. This is what we want the people to watch. And if they get that, if they can figure that out, then that's a good deal. That'll be a thumbs up right there. Um, I'll end it right here. I hope you guys had a good Christmas holiday a couple days ago. Hope you guys like all your presents that you opened from your family, friends, your cousins, um, and hope you guys have a happy New Year's. We're almost saying goodbye 2017, hello 2018. In 2018, movies about every 2018. There's a lot of movies that you should be looking forward to. So remember to like, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to do a Jumanji review soon. I mean, probably tomorrow, probably whenever I probably feel like it. Because I already watched the movie and I haven't done it yet. So look out for that. And I'll see you next time.